So it came out on Monday that Steph's death is now a murder investigation. I have to point out, my last video I was doing this a lot. There was a football game on. Sorry about that. I may have looked like I was distracted or even psycho or something, but I was watching the game. Well, I was watching the video and I noticed that I was looking at that TV quite a bit. So, let's see. So, what else is going on here? So, it's murder investigation. Got some audios here for you. One second. When I was there in Colorado, I wanted to see some. I wanted to see some photos, or just of Steph. I guess it's not a pretty picture. Death scenes. Your body's decomposed or something. I don't know. She was in cold water, but bloated or something. I don't know. It just doesn't look good. It's not a good It's not a good picture to have in your mind, I guess. But and again, when I was asking for a photo, it wasn't because I was investigating. It was when I left that I realized that this may be a little bit unusual of investigation. So the things that I mentioned in my last video, as far as what I'm predicting is what has happened here. Well, it'd sure be nice if I could be put on the case or something, and let my psychic detective work go to do some things. I was mentioning that you know, the crime scene, or if there's weird evidence as a result of, if it was something supernatural that happened, and hypnotism can be supernatural, but it could be a little bit more supernatural than just hypnotism. The cause of death could have been weird, and what will happen is side effects will occur, and one example of that is during 9/11, Building 7 went down, and barely anybody knows about that. There was actually 3 buildings that went down. It wasn't Twin Towers. There was actually three towers that went down that day. Twin Towers, and then about 6 hours later, the Building 7 went down. And the reason why nobody talks about Building 7 is because it was a supernatural residual. The supernatural residual. So what happened, the planes flying into the buildings wasn't really supernatural, but what happened is that the way the takedown, I don't know if you've heard the conspiracy theories, but the way the buildings came down, it was, and everything was disintegrated. Usually things are going to stick out, there's going to be beams, and it's a steel girder building. The whole thing came down just like a block of dominoes. So what happened is that the actual building came down, it was supernatural. And the way things work, as a result of taking down buildings, or taking down the Twin Towers supernaturally, was a side effect in which Building 7 would be taken down. And there's excuses why they're saying that somebody demolished it. There's usually a real explanation. There's actually a pretty real explanation for Building 7 coming down, that it came down and it was demolished on purpose. It's just a strange day for that to be demolished on purpose. The actual more supernatural event was the Twin Towers, the way it came down in a just completely clean, the way it came down clean, with no girders sticking up or anything. It was just so clean how it went down. That's what was supernatural, and the side effect is more of a real explanation of Building 7 being taken down supernaturally. But the excuse is that somebody demolished it. Of course, it doesn't make any sense that somebody would demolish it a day when 9/11 occurred. What's strange is that people will not talk about that building because it is a supernatural takedown. And it's just a strange event. So what can happen with Steph is that if something was unusual in the way she was killed, there will be some weird evidence as a result of that. Of course, they're not telling me anything. I have, I don't know what's, but if they are watching this video, they'll understand that they'll understand this. There may be something weird, and that's, I mean, they're talking, they're so hush-hush, and it almost is symbolic of they found something weird, and they trying to figure out what's going on. That's what I mean. So I'm trying to explain to them via this video that there could be something strange going on, and making this case somewhat supernatural. My studying was put on hold because of Steph, but I need to continue forth. Somehow I feel that it's important for me to just keep this certification thing going, even if I don't get a job, to not give up on the test, because somehow it appears to me that by I become more normal by taking these tests and maybe getting a normal job. I become more normal, and maybe my show will advance more. It's almost the indication. It's I'm trying to figure it out exactly, but it would appear as though somehow my show seems to have advanced with Steph happening. Like I say, I'm not exactly happy that had to occur. And I'm not sure if it's going to lead to any employment for me. That'd be kind of nice. I don't know if it's going to lead to that, or I have talked with the chief of police at Silverthorne and said, listen, I've got this truth under oath, and if you want to hire me, I'd love to help investigate. I'm sort of a psychic detective, especially when it comes to the paranormal, the supernatural, if that's what occurred. I don't think it's nothing back, so but somehow it appears as though this is somehow important. The testing that helps me become more normal and maybe more human by becoming more that I've been sort of isolated from intellectually from the normal scene. That almost I'm sort of wondering if that's what's kept me from hanging with women that are fertile. If that's what happened, this one sec. That I was with this lady when that vandalism occurred. I was with that lady. She was how do I say this? Tubes are tied but fertile. The rumor is that I can't be with anybody that's bleeding. If you're old enough to bleed, you're too young for me or something. And she does, and so that was interesting. That she was like 48, so I didn't know if she was in menopause or what. It turns out she still has her period, and so I thought that was interesting. And I'm just, of course, this was weeks back, and I thought it was interesting. I didn't know what to make of it, but I think somehow these testing is somehow merging me back into reality. And it could be that maybe I'm becoming well, back into reality. So I'm not sure how I'm becoming more normal or more human or something. I've noticed that, by the way, I had a day before I went to the Colorado. There's a snowstorm here on a Monday, and somebody ran into me, hit me on the side, and I haven't had an accident in over 20 years, and so I somehow think that maybe I'm becoming more human, and somehow I'm becoming more human. That his death's death is related to me. Steph's death is related to me being more human. And I'm not sure that's. I'm still figuring it out. But also, when I was backing out of my garage, I wasn't paying attention, and I touched somebody gently and broke their reflector, paid for it. Luckily, nothing much more, but that's never occurred. I don't think I've ever hit anybody with my car. So I'm becoming more human, and I think it's a result of this testing stuff. And that's a shock to me. If this is true, that's a shock. So I'm not sure why. Unless it's me being more musical. But I was more musical back in summer, and my show wasn't taken off when I was musical during the summer when the kids were here. I think it's somehow this testing, and I'm unsure why. But it's making me more human instead of Mr. Roboto, like in the Styx song, Mr. Roboto. I haven't had any problem with my car, any vandalism, like even the vandalism. I've never had any vandalism with my car, and I've got it all over. I have it on the back of my vehicle. Freak at the wheel, Freak Mobile, My Truman Show. By the way, when that vandalism occurred, I don't have any stickers anymore. And now that I'm becoming more human, my car's getting vandalized. I'm having an accident. I caused an accident, luckily minor, but it's still scaring me. It's still scaring me that I'm becoming human. And maybe that's a good thing. Maybe becoming more human is a good thing. But I need to continue forth on these testing. If not becoming more human, then at least professionally it helps me get my next job. I did file a separate note. I'm changing the subject. I did file a couple small claims, with one for the church here in town and one within the cities. The two churches that bent me over, I'm essentially filing a tithing fraud case against them. So that'll probably happen. That case will probably happen in the next month or two. I'm not sure if I'm just going to do two now, and then I'm not sure I might do another one or two before I go on vacation to the Bahamas. So I can't help but think about this human thing, me becoming more human, and I'm not sure the exact cause, and I've been trying, things that have been going on, the music, I think it's the studying. What else is there? I had something else earlier. What was? I can't remember. It seemed like there's a third thing that I've been doing. What have I been doing lately? It seems like just basically the music, and then the studying thing. The studying thing came across, and all of a sudden, I meet this lady, and I get vandalized, and somebody runs into me. I run into somebody else. And it appears to be that, these things weren't happening before, where I was human. I have indication that I'm human again. And I think it's because of the studying, and I'm not sure why. I know that I've been social. It must be intellectually I'm in tune now with the regular world or something. But you know, I was socially out there playing cards and doing this philosophy group with the Socrates. I was out there socially, so it's something. It's not about being social. It's about being intellectually in tune with the world somehow. Or perhaps it's because I'm certified now. Maybe I'm mateable material. Maybe I'm more human because I'm more. How do I say? Women would find me more mateable now that I'm certified. But it's not about a female thing. It's this what's going on. I'm more human. So I'll still figuring it out. I'll let you know. Something is going on. Something has changed in my show, but I know I need to continue the study, even though Steph majorly interrupted me. I need to continue forth on the study. So I think that ends this topic. Today's topic. Troller.
Oh, hi, Chris. Where are you at?
I'm at home now. I'm in Minnesota.
Oh, okay. So, how are you doing, Chris? Are you there?
Yeah. Well, I'm just gonna chat a little bit. Yeah, this is going to be a complicated case, I think, you know.
Oh, yeah. I think where I'm at right now is I'm just going to sit and be patient and see what comes out here. I trust the very capable people up there working on this, and I trust them to do their very best, you know. And
you know, when we're throwing the roses, and Dale started sobbing, but I can't help it. But it didn't seem
genuine?
It didn't seem genuine. No.
No. I have felt that way all along. Okay. Yeah.
I was wondering if anybody else was. That's kind of my main reason in calling. I was just going to see what your thoughts on that was, because that didn't seem right. It seemed fake. It seemed fake. Yeah.
Chris, the decent side of me keeps wanting to give him the benefit of the doubt. Also, the decent side of me wants justice, you know. And every time I find myself trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, I run into a brick wall. And that's the story, you know, that's his, you know, the disappearance story and his behavior, okay? I cannot give him a benefit of the doubt. I will not. And so, you know, you pretty much know where I'm at, right here. I think he's got something to do with this.
I would have to agree. Me and you seem to be on the same page, and it's different from everybody else, it appears. So I really have a few people I can talk to that I can, you know.
Okay, can you just hold on just a second here and let me grab something.
Yep.
So, repeat, are you saying most of the people are on the same page?
No, I feel that, well, at least my siblings, I mean, I mean, the other night I was up in the mountains there. We're just having a conversation. I'm the only guy who questions. I'm questioning. I question Dale, and they all are jumping on me. I am like one. I'm like by myself, taking on a group of 5. When when I say that, you know, Dale is, he's, as I was mentioning, he decided to get a lawyer instead of answering a question by the CBI or something, and for that, you know, if you don't want to answer a question, it could, it's like not taking a polygraph, which I don't know if you've heard, but he decided not to take a polygraph. And, you know, I'm making the inference, you know, if you're not willing to take a polygraph, it's kind of the same thing as not answering some questions and referring to your lawyer. It's kind of it indicates something, and they're jumping on you. Oh, no, it means this. It means, oh, they're just doing the huh?
You know, and Chris, I'll tell you exactly where they're coming from, okay?
Yeah. No, it's to project. Okay, go ahead.
They have exactly where they're coming from is they have the same suspicions that we all have, really, okay? But they do not want to burn their bridges with Dale in case he beats this thing, okay? So that they can have a relationship with the children, and that's it's as simple as that. They know and feel what you and I feel. Okay?
Okay.
But they do not want to burn their bridges in case he beats this. There are a lot of people out there walking in the streets who have done the same thing. They're out there walking the streets. So be patient with this.
Yep.
Those are very, very capable people up there that are working on this. And you're just going to have to trust and have your faith in them. And whatever comes out of it, they're going to have done their very best. Believe you me. You know, I've talked to the CBI guy myself. He's just one of many very competent people up there. And so you're just going to have to be patient. And let's just see what happens. And be ready for it. The worst case right now, in my feeling, is if he beats this, okay? But that could happen. So be ready for that. So you know where I'm at on that, right?
Yeah, you heard about the social services coming in?
Huh?
Did you hear about the social services coming in?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And that makes me somewhat optimistic about possibly something happening sooner rather than later. But don't count on that either. But it's a possibility that something could happen sooner than later. I'm ready for the later, but it could happen later. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm a very patient man.
Yeah, you know, I really do appreciate chatting with you because you're helping to calm me down. That I think I can relax somewhere now that I've talked with you a little bit because you have this patience mode. This you're and just let the professionals take care of it. You know, and it's just yeah.
Yeah. That's exactly right, Chris. We need to let the professionals take care of it. They're very good at their job, and they're one step ahead of me on this. Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
So anyway, yeah, it's just a bummer. Everybody would like. I can tell you honestly, Chris, the day that they found Steffi up there, I wanted somebody arrested that day. I was pretty upset. Yeah, I wanted somebody arrested right now. Arrest somebody. Arrest that man. I can tell you that, and then, that's just, we all love Steffi, and you want justice, and but it doesn't work that fast. And after I got a little tender, I was thinking about it. I can wait and let the people who are up there do their job. And they have to get it right, Chris.
Yes, they do, and you can't just run around accusing people like kind of like what I'm doing. I got to be careful. I mean, it's like because they can get in civil trouble, you know. I think you can get in trouble for wrongly accusing somebody. It's liable or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think I'd worry about that, Chris. Since you only, I don't think that if he beats it, he'll sue you for libel.
Yeah, I guess I'm just going with the obvious. You know, the husband did it. It's kind of you know, I just heard this track record from. I don't know. I guess Dale has threatened. I guess Dale has made a threat to kill Steph if he ever left her or something like that. This is according to Ernie or Kathy. Did you hear about that?
What was this now? Repeat.
Yeah, you know that Dale has made a threat. Stephanie reported to Kathy that.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I know about this. Yeah, I pretty much haven't been around your mother and dad and Aaron and you and everyone for the last few days. I pretty much picked up the whole story, and sadly, it sounds like the same old story that you read about. You know, that the husband is always the number one suspect, and I think that's the case here. Okay. So, but anyway, yeah, I think everybody's on the same page. They're just not burning their bridges. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and
I don't mind burning my bridges. I've already been able to stand to be around the man. And that's, you know, that's just the way I am. I just I like those kids, but if he beats it, I'd really be happy to see the kids without him around, you know. And if he doesn't beat it, I'll be really happy to see the kids with whoever they're at. With.
Can I ask what you've exhibited besides before this missing person thing with Steph? What did you observe that you didn't like about Dale, or did you like him before this?
I liked him.
Yeah.
But do I think he's capable of doing this? Yes.
I think so too. I just, you know, there's still a missing netbook and missing cell phone, and
well, you don't know that.
That could just be planted information, right?
Well, no. You don't know what's missing and what's not. Police aren't telling us.
Police aren't telling. You know, that's the thing.
No.
That's the thing. When I hear information, I was talking to the police chief, and I was like, I'm hearing this information from Aaron, and it differs completely from the night before with the group. And it's like, I swear that false information could be planted on people just to see the reaction or see what goes on, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so, it's a drama circus going on up there. I guess I'm not really.
Yeah, and it's real.
It's real. It's real. It's a drama, and it's a circus. And I sort of keep things real. I sort of like, I don't quite get off to. Aaron's just loving it up there, and so is Ramona, right? So maybe Aaron and Ramona sort of like are into the drama stuff. So they sort of get they're into this, huh? Yeah, they're into this. So I'm not going to miss that. I got to say, I some portions I will miss. And they offered for me to stay up there, but Aaron was pushing me away, you know. It was weird that the police were really pushing me to stay, and Aaron was really pushing me to go.
Well, honestly, Chris, I really don't know as though it would serve any productive purpose at all
Yeah.
for you to have stayed up there.
I didn't understand why they pushed. Maybe that was just they're just kind of recommending, sticking around till Monday or Wednesday or something. And
It's kind of like everybody needs to go home and let the police do their job.
yeah,
That's what it is. That's what it is. It's where this is at now. You're not helping the police by hanging around. You can, hang around all you want, and you might have to hang around a long time, But, I say, they have to get it right. You can be a little too eager to bring something to trial and just not have a good enough case. They have to get a good enough case and do it right. And I think there's a damn good chance that they're going to do it. And but also prepare. Accusing somebody of a crime and proving it are two different things. And so, whatever, be patient, and I'm at a frame of mind where I'm going to be patient and live with the outcome of this. Whether it be somebody is punished for this, or whether there's not even enough evidence to bring it to court. I'm going to live with whatever is there. Am I ever going to associate with the man? No.
yeah.
And so that's where I'm at. And there's nothing that I can do, other than what I've just told you.
Yeah, that's a good approach. You're calming to me because it helps me relax and understand that everything is.
You understand that there are other people that feel the same way you do.
Okay.
And yeah, there's a rap. This is wrong. There's something that's a very poor disappearance story and so on, and his behavior, all right? From those two things, I cannot have anything to do with you anymore. So, and the police don't like the story any better than I do. Okay, I can tell you that. So they're working their butts off. They're working their butts off to make things right. I can tell you that. So if I've done anything to help make you feel better, I'm glad. Okay.
You have, sir.
So, but yeah, call me anytime.
Okay. Okay.
And come out here skiing one of these days. Get those legs in shape and those lungs in shape. Okay.
You got it.
All right.
Thanks, Hank.
Okay. You bet.
Bye.
Also, not because of, see, I would only have to say is up to that point, I think he was a wonderful dad, but that doesn't mean I want him to have the kids right now because life has changed, you know what I'm saying? So,
well,
yeah, don't worry about it.
It wouldn't hurt for the police.
Don't worry about it. I'm not going to do probably anything other than, I have my own items to grind. I want to find out a few things about something that concerns me, and so, that's where I'm going.
Something going on or what?
I'm going to find out why we as parents were not being allowed to be told. That's all.
Oh,
that bothers me very much. So other than that, I am not going to give anybody any grief about anything. They're doing their job, And if they want to contact me, of course, and ask me, see, he's going to court, from what I can understand, to try to get his kids back. That's all.
Yes. It wasn't so much that they were trying to keep the parents from knowing. They're just trying to keep everybody except for who was in the room from knowing. It wasn't so much against the parents.
But you guys were told not to tell your parents, and I really want to know what
It wasn't about not telling parents. It was about not telling anybody.
All right, but that's neither here nor there. The fact that we weren't allowed to be told is, Chris, we are above you guys as far as next of kin. Do you realize that?
Next of kin of the kids, you mean?
Next of kin of Steph. We are over you guys.
If you had been there, they would have told you. If you had been there, they would have put you in the room and told you.
Yes, but the fact that, okay, I won't explain it to you, but let me explain something to you.
I understand what you're saying, that because your parents...
I'll tell you what, I don't want to discuss it with you because there's no point. I want to discuss it with the person that can give me a legitimate reason, and I want to get it across to him to never do that again. That's all.
All right. Oh, I understand. I understand your... I mean, right.
That's all.
It didn't make any sense. It was confusing. There
is no good reason not to have told us. That's all I can say. None. All we had to do was to be told and not tell anybody else.
Okay.
I'm talking about the kids being removed. I don't care if we weren't told that they were going to have an announcement on Monday. I had that figured out pretty well because of all the clues I had been getting from other things.
Kathy, when I was talking to you with the police officer there, she never shunned me. She did not say, don't tell. Okay? It's not about that. No, that wasn't it was about the murder investigation. That's what they were told, is to keep quiet.
Well, that's all I was told was about the kids. I wasn't told about a murder investigation, okay?
That was the only thing I think we were told.
I was told about the kids by both you and me, and that wound up being a problem. And I'm going to find out why.
I don't think that was the problem. No, it was about the murder investigation. Keep that quiet. The kids being taken... There was a cop right next to me in the car. She did not shun me at all for telling you. She heard me telling you. She did not stop me. There was no problem.
What I am saying is that I was never told about the murder investigation until today, and that is quite okay. And you guys broke the rule. All right, you told anyway. But that's okay. But I also think that is wrong because we are the parents. We should have been told even before you guys. Got it? I'm not telling you to understand. I'm just saying this is my agenda. And I am going to call and get the answer and assure them that any information we are to be right in there with the first ones told.
Okay, go ahead. I'm not stopping you. I was just trying to explain. I think...
No, don't try to explain anymore, and I know you're not stopping me, and you wouldn't anyway. But you wanted to know what my agenda was. I told you, and I didn't want to turn it into a discussion. So,
right.
Do you have anything else you want to talk about?
I was just going to say, it probably wouldn't hurt for you to give them a statement about Dale and all the dealings with Steph. And, in other words, give them statements, and it wouldn't hurt for you.
I'm not going to do any of that unless they ask me to. Why should I go through all that work? I'm sorry. I want to cooperate with them unless they ask me. Especially now that I know there is a murder charge, I'm not making any statement. But
well, wouldn't it be good?
Unless they ask me, okay? let them ask me. I said it would be if they asked me.
You don't think
No.
they should know that maybe Dale made a death threat to Steph? You don't think they should know that?
They do.
They do. How do they know it?
Because she put that on the list of things that were the injunction that the judge gave.
Really?
Yeah. She had to list every reason why an injunction would be acceptable. So she listed every threat he had ever made. So that's not good for him necessarily, right?
Okay, well, okay. As long as that was known, as long as that, if that's true, then that's okay. With that in the court records, that is, and now that she's dead, there's no chance that Dale's going to get the kids. There is no chance.
Yeah, I agree. I agree that, but I think it's like everybody said. It's a fact of suicide possible. You know, the flight, runaway, just being in such bad shape that he doesn't know whether the kids are behaving or not. You know what I mean? You know, they want to protect the kids. But I could have seen them protecting the kids somewhat by letting everybody be together. But of course, he could hurt the other person that was there too, so. In a bad state of mind. I'll tell you, this is not a fun topic, Chris.
It certainly isn't. I'm with you on that one.
I don't even want to speculate what might be or...
I mean, you know, I mean, if Steph put in the court records that she had been threatened, and next thing you know, she is dead, I don't even understand how Dale is not even in cuffs right now.
Well, because they do have to have evidence. They can't just go by threats. You know what I mean?
Yeah, evidently I don't know. Evidently they're waiting for more information, I guess.
Yeah, for more concrete evidence.
I mean, there is indictments based on enough
Well,
evidence.
I'm anxious to hear tomorrow's report to see what exactly they're going to say, like if we're going to get any kind of evidence, because generally don't they say why they're charging with homicide? Because they found there were gunshot wounds, which they weren't, or there were knife wounds, which there weren't. So don't you think they have to give an indication of what they found that makes them think it's homicide?
Well, we're going to find out tomorrow. What time is that going to be?
Well, we should be getting email, I think, first, and then that will tell us when it's going to be.
I hope so. I hope we get that email.
Yeah. We're not supposed to be able to hear it from the press, you know. Get what I mean?
No, why not?
We're supposed to know ahead of time.
Okay.
Our person to announce it is not supposed to be the press.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right. Well, as long as Steph put in the court records the things that she had told you and all that information, that's all I was suggesting. You input was that information. But if she has explained that all in the previous stuff, then that would then.
Yep, she did have to, and that's definitely, like you said, if Dale is innocent, which he still, I think he's got the possibility, what hell on earth to have that in your record against you in a case like this?
I mean, it's, you know, they're saying that they're just saying, you know, if you do this, I'll kill you. They're saying it like you're not serious, and then you know, it doesn't make any sense that somebody, that if Dale knew that was in the court records, then how stupid could he be to actually do
It
this?
ain't stupid, it's temper. If you lose your temper, you're out and stupid, you know that. You said it yourself, that you just that there's a point of, well, that's why they call it temporary insanity, Chris.
Well, I mean, when Steph has stated this, that did Steph say it like he's serious, or that he just said it just to get it, to spit out, like instead of saying F you like I do, he says, well, I'm going to kill you. You know what I'm saying? It could be like saying it.
He did not deny any of those statements that she made. He had said to her, if you ever leave me, I will kill you. And I think he had his hands around her throat.
God, how is he not in cuffs right now? I don't even understand this.
Well, you never know. It could happen tomorrow, couldn't it? You might want to...
I mean, how stupid could he be? I mean, you got to be an idiot to be in the courtroom accused of all this stuff and then do it. And then, I mean, it doesn't make any sense unless the guy's an idiot. That doesn't, I don't know, I just...
No, he's not an idiot. But you told me that you could understand him doing it in an act of rage, okay? How come you've changed your mind?
It's just not making a whole lot of sense. I mean, huge...
Well, yeah, but you said you understood how somebody can get so angry, that they don't mean to do it, but they do it.
With that much evidence in the courts, if you're going to kill your wife, you should freaking dump her off on the side of a cliff somewhere. You don't leave her to be found.
Yeah, that is what somebody else said on a comment on the internet. They were saying, why would he dump her back there?
A lot of this doesn't make any sense. A lot of it's.
Yeah, I have no comment, Chris. I don't. It's all many ways to look at it, and a big can of worms. Like Hank and I discussed it. It's sad because I like the guy, okay? I mean, he's not my best friend, blah, 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 but I have known him for 16 years. I don't want it to be him. I mean, it might be, but I don't want it to be him.
Oh, that's unreal, man. It's, anyways.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll listen for the press thing tomorrow, and let me know when you hear something, okay?
Yeah, well, you're going to get it, too.
All right, yeah, I guess the email. We'll get the email, hopefully, and then, yeah.
Yeah, check your email, and if that doesn't work and we hear something sooner, I will be doing research, by the way, to see if there's an announcement about what time a news press is going to be held in Silversword. I mean, it's hard to believe, like we said this afternoon, this is Stephanie. This is Stephanie, this is a very dramatic ending to her life.
Can I ask, when you talk with Stephanie, I'm just curious, what was Stephanie's impression of me? Did she like Chris? Or I think she went away after we had our accident here. You know that accident, Steph?
Yeah, she liked you. She was upset about that, but no, she has always been interested in you and your potentials. Yeah.
Okay. So she.
Oh yeah, she loves you, Chris. Don't worry about that.
All right. Why I'm asking is because this did not include me on those emails about her.
Right.
So I'm asking, so I'm trying to find
I
out.
think it is connected to the accident. I don't know. She didn't say exactly, I don't think.
Okay. Okay.
I think she was still a little upset with you at the time, that's all. But she knew that I said it was an accident and that everybody should just stop it.
Okay.
And to the best of my knowledge, okay, Aaron has never heard of it, okay, to the best of my knowledge. Nobody was ever told other than Carrie, because I was going to see her in a day or two, and I knew it would be impossible not to. And then because you sent out the letter, I would never have told Ramona, but because you sent out the letter, she wanted to know what it was all about. And I figured you already told her, so that was why she got told.
Actually, I didn't send out a letter. I sent off it was an audio, and then I don't think anybody got it. I don't think anybody got that audio.
Except that there was a letter that the audio was linked in, and you made a couple of sentences, apparently.
Oh.
And then when they tried to get to the audio, it was not there. But by then, we had already discussed it, so I would not have told her. It was that simple. It wasn't something I didn't have any great excitement.
Okay. Let's not worry about it too much. My question was, why was Steph not including me? And I was just wondering if she hated me, or did she like me? How does she think about me being this Truman Show thing of mine? Do you know what her thoughts are on that one?
She thought you were partly psychic, but that you also had things that you were wrong.
Okay. See,
She remembers the time of you and that other gal from Colorado. That's where she really gave you high esteem, was because of what that gal had said, which I forget. I forget her name. Do you remember?
No, I don't. I could look it up, but I got it written down somewhere.
Yeah. So that's where she tried to always see you with that vision, okay?
Okay, well that's good. I wasn't sure if I went down in a blaze of if I went down the hole there of what she thought of me. I wasn't sure, and the question mark came because she didn't include me on these emails, and so I think she thought of me as pretty good. So I appreciate you telling me this. All right.
You know, like I said, she did not include hardly anybody, including their Norman, and like Hank and Peggy said, they weren't included either. And actually, they are as close to Stephanie as parents practically, and sisters, because they spent so much time together. So you see, but she would have gone to Hank if she felt she needed a place to go to. That I know, she said that. And Hank would have taken her in a heartbeat. That's how much they loved her.
I know. It sucks. It's such oh boy. Anyways.
Yeah, Hank is heartbroken. He would go skiing, and quite frequently he would stop by and see her. Or they would drive up to see the mountains, and they would go visit Steph, him and Peggy. So, and Stephanie would come down for Easter or Christmas or any of those, different ones each year with her kids. So, they miss her. They definitely have a reason to miss her.
I got a question. Okay, we were being told, when we were being told about this, the child welfare coming in, Aaron says, oh, I got an idea, let's give Dale a call and we'll talk this over. Just the four of us will be here, even though there's 3 more caseworkers in the room. And he calls up Dale and says, hey Dale, there's 4 of us here, me, Carrie, Chris, and Ramona, and we're going to talk to you about the kids, and then, okay, so, I guess, is it wrong for me to have a problem with not telling the truth? Because there was actually 3 more people in there. He was doing it so that the caseworkers could listen in and get a feel. It's as though Aaron was acting as a double agent. And
I'm confused. I don't know where you told a lie.
Okay, Aaron is telling Dale that there's only 4 people in the room when there's actually 7. 3 caseworkers were also in the room. Aaron was trying to be a double agent, and so that they could listen in.
Well, yeah, but you said there were police, right?
No, he didn't. He said there's just 4 people, just the 4 of us, and we're talking in a room by ourselves.
Oh, okay. You know what? No opinion. I wasn't there. I'm sorry, Chris. All of these problems that you have with Aaron.
No. The question is, it's not so much about Aaron. It's about. I just the honesty guy in me feels that you can be fairly full. You can be honest and just be upfront and say, listen, we're a little tongue tied. Like it's.
Right, but it's all about Aaron, and you know it. I'm sorry, I don't believe you. I think you're out to just show that you're right and he's wrong, and I don't want to get into that. Well, the minute I even think about it, my tummy starts getting tied in knots, okay? So can we not have my tummy tied in knots?
Oh, okay, all right.
Okay, thank you.
All right. I guess, are we good?
Yeah, I have nothing to say. We'll stay in touch tomorrow, obviously. It's a big day for both of us. I already told if he's still on the phone.
Okay, I'll talk to you tomorrow then.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. Pretty good. I'm sorry?
Today. I was going to text you today and see how you were doing, and I got busy.
Yeah, I got back from Colorado yesterday.
Yeah.
Did the memorial. It's saying "Send Her My Love." That went pretty good. That was some comments where I was some of the comments where I was sort of the star of the show. But it was a good. People said it was one of the best memorials they've ever been to.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Got a question.
what's that?
If there's an investigation going on, over there, and
Oh yeah. Okay.
let me give you this scenario here.
All right.
There's an investigation going on, and
Do me a favor.
yep.
Chris, call me back on my home phone because you're breaking up.
Okay, I'll
You
do
have
it.
my home phone number?
Yeah,
It's
this.
3809.
Okay, so I'll call you back. Okay,
Okay. All right. Bye.
bye.
Okay. I'm back.
Okay. The question is, there's an investigation going on,
Yeah.
and I need to talk to somebody about here's a scenario. They want to tell the family before it gets to the press, right? So
Right.
they bring us, the 4 children, into a room, and they tell us what's going down.
Okay.
And they're also telling us to keep button-lipped on it, which is a tough thing to do, right? So,
Okay.
and I'm not calling to tell you what that information is, but I'm calling it because in the middle of this meeting that we're having, my brother calls up Dale, the husband, on the phone. First of all, there's 7 of us in the room. There's the 4 siblings, and 3 caseworkers for the Child Protective Services. They're going to be taking away the children from the father, you know.
Okay.
So the scenario. So I haven't told you anything wrong right now. Anyways, what I'm saying. Anyways, so in the process, the question is about right and wrong, or about honesty. My brother calls up Dale, saying that there's 4 people in the room when there's actually 7, so that Aaron can play double agent. Aaron's a good friend of Dale's, the husband. And he calls him up saying, hey, there's 4 of us here, and we all say our names. And even though there's 3 more listening in, right, and Aaron's playing a double agent, he's being a friend of the investigation services while being a friend of Dale and lying to Dale. My question is that doesn't seem like the right thing to be doing, to be doing that, you know?
Well, I don't see it as entrapment or anything like that. You know.
Well, it's not. I don't know.
As far as morally, you know, I mean, that's, you know, up to the guy, I guess, you know. I don't know, Chris. I mean, if he's, you know, trying to find out what happened or whatever, you know, I don't know. I mean, how are you feeling, you know, bad for the father, or is that what it is?
Yeah, well, this is bad feelings all up and down. But the question is about if your friend, Aaron's playing a double agent. He's being a friend of the investigation and of the friend. Now, the alternative would be to say, listen, you know, there's 4 of us here, but the phone might be tapped. So that people might be listening in, okay? We'd like to talk. That would be like a better approach to it. Or, for instance, okay, another scenario which happened is we're told we can't say these things. So my brother gets on the phone and says, well, he starts lying to the people instead of saying, listen, he says, all I know is this. Instead of saying, listen, there's things that I can't say, but I can tell you this. You see, there's a difference between honest.
Well, I know that, but I mean, if you're talking about talking to like the press and stuff, I think it's better off saying, you know, this is all I know, because if you even hint that you know more, they're gonna friggin' badger you. You know.
No, if you say that I can't say anymore because I've been tongue-tied, they're going to understand that. But you say, listen, I can tell you this, you know, and that's so that's.
I know it's tough, but
Is that? I guess I'm Mr. Honesty or something, but there's a way to hide information and still be honest about how you do it. You know what I'm saying?
well, I understand. Yeah, I agree. But I mean, when you're dealing with what's going on, people are just going to be hounding you. You know. I mean, he's probably dealing with it the best way he can. I watched that. I watched the news thing that you sent me.
Yeah.
And they just, you know, they just want to keep it quiet until they can, you know, figure out what really happened. You know, I mean, you wouldn't want the person that did it to be able to, you know, leave the country or something. You know? Are you still there?
Yeah, I just,
I know it's really tough.
oh no, I look at it with what's happened. We are hitting the airport a little bit more often. I'm going to ask a favor of you, and we're willing to pay for it. Basically, occasionally me or my mother might need to travel,
Okay.
and was wondering if we could, like I say, rent. We might need to, based on weather conditions, we might need to either. My mom's pretty cool. You have to meet her, but I guess I'm asking to see if you could be an intermediary between, so that we can stay a little bit of time there, or you know, say.
Yes, you can. You know you can.
Yeah, and another question.
Heads up so I can clean up.
Say again?
Okay, I'll start cleaning tomorrow.
Oh, no, it's not anytime sooner, but, yeah, I'm a little uncomfortable asking. I know you're nice, you're a great friend. I get another question, and again, we're willing to pay for this. Instead of paying the, airport fee for parking, we're wondering if you could take care of the car and we just pay you.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely I'll do that.
Okay,
Yeah. I would help you out any way I can.
all right, thank you. Okay. So,
Wow. It just sounds like a big fat mess.
it is a big mess. It's bigger than I thought. It's
Wow. That's awful. You know, at least with me it was an open and closed case, you know. I mean, there was no loose ends, basically. I mean, I wanted to know what happened, but it was done and over with, you know. And it's got to be really hard, you know, not having it wrapped up. And I hope they can, you know, figure things out and get things, you know, done.
yeah.
I saw your brother on TV. Is he older than you?
Look, no, younger, about 6 years younger.
Oh, really? Wow.
5 years
I thought he
younger.
was
5
older.
years. You saw him on Care 11 or something, or what?
I saw him on the news thing that you sent me.
Oh, yeah.
Channel 9.
Yeah, that's in Colorado there. Yeah, I wasn't sure something had surfaced over here in Minnesota.
Oh,
I have seen the story, but nothing, just that she died, nothing, not you know, a 1 minute thing maybe, 30 seconds or 1 minute.
Wow. Yeah, that was the only one I saw. I haven't watched the news though. I haven't seen it since like Friday. I've been really busy. So, are you pressing buttons?
Say again?
Are you pressing buttons?
No.
Because there's this beep that keeps going on.
A beep?
Yeah. So yeah, just be very careful what you say, because the news can be really, I don't know.
Is there a beep because, is your phone dying or what?
No.
You got a remote? Remote phone?
Yeah, but I mean, it's fine. It's charged. It's okay. Here it was again. I don't know, maybe it is my phone. But anyway, yeah, I'll do whatever I can, you know, and you guys are more than welcome to come over. You know, and I wanted to tell you, Mom, you know, if she needs to talk or whatever, she can call me too. You know. I just can't imagine, you know, what it's like, you know, without knowing. And now the kids are going, huh? Will you guys be able to have contact with them?
Well, we're you know, it's something to be found out, I guess. I wasn't very much in their lives to begin with, so I'm not too worried about that. But there's others. My other family members are. I'm just concerned for my sister Stephanie.
Yeah.
And yes, I am, and for her kids. But yeah, like again, that's taken care of as far as I wouldn't be able to take care of them. So that's not an issue for me.
Right.
Um,
I understand that. I mean, I just wanted to know if, you know, if your mom and stuff will still be able to have contact with them.
I'm pretty sure it's, yeah, I don't think that's the issue.
Oh, excuse me. Well, that's good.
I wonder if that,
Did you have any other, did your brother live down there? I mean, did you have any other relatives in Denver?
yes, I guess an uncle and a bunch of cousins, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and oh, so, is that beeping still occurring?
What?
Is that beeping still occurring?
I can't, is that what?
The beeping.
Oh, no, I haven't heard it. It was just a couple times.
Maybe we're being tapped, you know.
That's kind of what I was wondering. It's not, you know, to be far-fetched by any means.
I suppose it'd be a bad idea to be saying, you know, yeah, I killed my sister. I guess somebody at my door here, you know.
That isn't even funny.
That is not even funny.
No, it's not.
But it's like, it makes you wonder, you know. I'm actually not afraid of anything I say, but yeah, no, I mean, anyways, that's the thing about me is I don't even care if I you know this show of mine, right? This Truman Show thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've been being tapped for 10, 15, 20 years.
Yeah, I know. Oh, now that you mention it, that's funny.
Well, you know,
That's funny.
well, that's quite, I'm pretty serious that you know, if not for, I call us people like the CIA or something, or FBI, right? But if nobody else, people working for the mental institutions are probably got a stake in the welfare of the community by spying on me, right? I mean, you know, for one reason or another, people got an interest in keeping an eye on me. So I've never been afraid of anything I say because I have nothing to be afraid of. You know. But just for the record, whoever's listening, I did not kill my sister. Just for the record.
And that's not what I'm worried about, you know. You know, we all know that. We just got to be careful with how much information you put out there that you're not supposed to. Don't even, you know.
Well, yeah.
If there's a way to find it, they will. And then they'll friggin' spread it all over the news. I mean, they were friggin' hounding my daughter in Montana before I even got back from the making a statement. You know, how did they find her? Isn't that ridiculous?
Okay, who's this now?
I said before we even got back from making a statement.
Yep.
You know, with the police department.
Yep.
They had already called my daughter in Montana and hounded her about it. And she called me and she said, Mom, I can't handle it. she said, I went ahead and answered their questions, but I can't handle it. So then I went out and dealt with all the rest of the news people because, you know, if I didn't, they would have somebody else.
Are you telling me that I should be having a bunch of news people be asking me questions about stuff?
You never know, you never know.
No, I mean, I haven't really been, nobody's really asked me too many questions, really.
Well, no, I don't know, but I mean, I wouldn't put it past them. They can put a big, big front page spread in Butte, Montana about my daughter, Unbeknownst to any of us, we found out via newspaper.
Yeah, Carrie, this is a weird investigation, man. I'm sort of the king of the weird, And
Yeah.
so I know what weird is. And when I'm saying something's weird, something is weird. Something is weird going on.
Like, way out there.
Anyways, there's going to be a press announcement tomorrow, so I might be giving you a call tomorrow with what's happening there.
Alrighty.
All right.
Well, why don't you, if you need to, like, talk or whatever, just come over sometime.
I've sort of been keeping a journal of a kind of a diary. I tend to record what I'm doing a lot, phone calls and stuff. Is it okay if I record you?
Yeah, I guess.
Just so that I can keep it sort of a diary, so you can go like say, okay, this is what happened this day. I was talking with Carrie. It's kind of a diary,
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Carrie, for offering us your place. I appreciate that.
Well, you're very welcome.
All right.
Just let me know, okay?
All right.
And I love you when I'm thinking about you a lot. I have a card for you, too, okay?
Okay, thank you.
I need your address so I can send it to you.
Okay.
Because it's from a bunch of us at karaoke.
Oh, okay, thank you. Oh, so they know. Okay. 806?
Oh, hang on. I gotta find something to write on. 806.
Yeah, South Jefferson Street,
Okay.
apartment 2.
Okay.
Redwood Falls, Minnesota, 56283.
What?
56283.
6283. Okay. Okay, well, I will get that in the mail.
Okay, thank you, Carrie. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
We love you.
Love you too.
Bye. Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. And then drowned as a result of it. She wasn't completely dead at the time she was dropped in the river.
So, as you can see, we're not finding out anything until they actually make a press release. So, you would think that this would have been something that they could have...
Well, yes or no, I'll be following that, but they may not tell them any more than us.
I'm just saying, up to this point, we didn't even know that. We didn't even know that she had been hit in the head.
You are correct. You are correct. And you know what? There was probably... I wonder if they didn't want to let us, like everybody's been saying, have the funeral without having murder hanging over it. Is that possible, Chris?
Well, of course. That's of course. That's probably the way to do it is to don't have any negative feelings. Have all positive feelings for the case, and then then let it out that it was Right.
Yeah. I feel better that we didn't have to have people suspicious during a murder memorial. But at this point, we'll always know before the press does. But they are going to have a press conference. Ramona talked to me briefly, and they're going to have a press conference this afternoon. So I'll be watching the papers constantly. It'll be the Denver paper. The Denver News. Okay, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna just stay on there once. I'm just gonna try something here once and see, because they got the press release about the same time we do. That means Stephanie should be showing up. At least that there was a report. Okay, just a minute, please. Oh, yep, it's in there. Official. So 7 minutes ago. Silverstone woman was murdered. Yep. Denver Post has it. Only two have picked it up so far, okay? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm hearing you, yep.
So I will be watching the papers all over this afternoon.
As you can see, it's, you know, they couldn't even, I mean, I question everything that we've been heard before this, just because you would think that...
Oh, yeah, I agree, because we were told hypothermia. Well, no, we were told actually more truth than I thought. Hypothermia or drowning, and maybe they wanted to make sure that when she was hit on the head and put out there that she might have froze or she might have drowned. They knew, in other words, that she was hit on the head.
Well, yeah, it's not something that you pick up after 10 days. It's something you find out within the first half an hour, the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, but they had, well, I suppose they could have been subtle enough that it wasn't even able to be picked up without the autopsy. But yes, they knew more than they were letting us know, okay? And they didn't really lie, they just held back.
Right, well, they didn't lie, right? No, they're fine. It's just that, you know, we should just, I was talking with Hank yesterday. He's saying, you know, you got to be patient with this thing, because Hank wanted somebody arrested the day that they found Steph, you know, and he's like telling me this, and he's like, you know, just, you got to step back and just let it take its course, you know, and the thing is, it's going to be a while, you know.
Exactly.
So
he added, okay, I see now where additional, they have other, it will not be released because of the investigation. They must have other information regarding the autopsy. And that's okay, Chris. We gotta let them do what they gotta do.
yeah, man, that's
We can only hope that whatever happened to her was quick, that she didn't suffer and all that good stuff,
well,
right?
I doubt she suffered. She probably got knocked out and then just drowned. You know, there's not much suffering you can do there.
Right, that's what my hope is. And I'm sure now that they'll be looking deeper and deeper for the screws will be tightening on Dale whether he's guilty or not, you know what I mean? They inevitably do it. You know, just to make sure that they can get to make sure he's not guilty, you know. Yeah. Well, I don't have anything else to say, do you?
Not really.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna call Hank. I'm not gonna talk to him long. I just told him that
Hey, let's
anything
hang on. I'll put him on conference. You want to talk? I'll put him on conference. Hang on.
Okay.
Hello? Hello?
Hank? Hank?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Kathy, and then Chris is on also.
Oh, okay.
All right. We got a press release today. All right.
You're kind of breaking up. I'm going to get out of the basement. I'm in the basement. Just keep talking.
Hey,
All right.
maybe can you hear me okay, or am I breaking up too, or what?
I can hear you good.
Yeah, there was a blunt press release is a blunt force to the head and then drowning as
Okay.
They turned it into homicide.
Okay. So, is Dale under arrest?
No, they said that they aren't releasing any information on persons of interest at this time. You can read it in the Denver Post online, and what time they're doing it, I don't know. But Ramona said they're going to have a news conference this afternoon, so there might be a little bit more information.
All right. So, yeah.
So that's, I said I would always let you know the minute we knew anything new.
Yeah.
And they emailed all of us. Yeah, they'll not be releasing all the information of the autopsy. And the final report with autopsy is still not complete without toxicology and histology.
Yeah.
There will be other autopsy information released apparently at the final autopsy report. It says, you know, so we might know more details of whatever. But
the question here is, Stephanie not cremated at this point?
you know, I think they can even have a murder. We don't know. I didn't go that far, but we were under the impression that they can take all the pieces they need. The pictures that they take of her body are sufficient evidence. They're going to make sure, knowing that she was cremated, that they take every part of her body that they need. And the fact that we didn't bury means they could have kept more than usual.
Yeah. Okay, so the findings are blunt force trauma and they're really much
as contributing factors in her death. And let me see here. I don't see anything about a news conference, but Ramona had said that she and Aaron were at the police when
Well,
this
Ramona
was
said-
released.
Okay, so Ramona's still up in the county then.
That's because of the children.
Okay, so Ramona's with the children as well?
Yeah, but only until, let's see, probably Wednesday. It was either going to be today or Wednesday, but I think she's going to stay a little longer. I'm not sure. And then she'll fly to Redwood for the memorial. And then hopefully she'll go home.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so, it is
So, yeah,
ruled a homicide, not an accident.
Oh, yeah, it's
That's
a
it?
homicide. Well,
All right.
it's a homicide, yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
because Hank, if it was a slip on the rock, they would know that type of blunt drama, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay,
You know, this has to be such that they can tell it came from an outward blow. And,
Yeah.
you know, so, yeah, it's, I don't think, there is any doubt that it is more than an accident.
yeah, all right.
So, and I guess it's like everybody's been saying, they kept it completely down until after the service, and I'm glad.
Yeah, I'm glad too, Kathy.
Because
So,
we didn't need anger at the funeral, and we would have had a lot of that. Right?
yes, we didn't need anything extra going on. Okay, well,
Stay in touch. You keep, right now it's online, it's on the Denver paper, but there might be something on your TV news or not tonight, but I'm sure you're going to be hearing it regularly now as they go through. And we'll just wait until we get absolute new evidence that we know you haven't gotten yet, okay?
all right, Kathy. Yeah, thank you. Well, thank you very much. And thank you, Chris. And we'll.
Yeah, Hank, I can talk to you after Kathy gets off?
Sure, you can speak to me. Yeah.
Yeah. Kathy, you
Okay, I'll say goodbye, Hank.
Okay.
Okay, Kathy.
Okay, goodbye.
Okay. Bye, Kathy.
Yeah, Hank, did you know that, like, Aaron was in contact? He was in daily contact over the phone. When Steph's trouble started, back in
Yeah, I
October,
know that.
he was calling Dale every day, and me and Aaron got into an argument because I'm just upset about Steph's death, and I question Aaron's counseling ability to talk him through the rough times for an entire month, and then all of a sudden Dale does this, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I question his running the show, because it seems like when he ran the show when they were having, it's like instead of things working out for the best, it went completely south, you know.
Well, let me say something here, Chris. I at first thought that this was maybe a preventable thing. I think that we're going to find that there's premeditation. That's my belief, that it's premeditation. And and I'm not talking about 1 or 2 hours premeditation. And if that's the case, this is not preventable.
This is, yes, not. Well, I mean, the thing is with Aaron talking to Dale every day, if Dale conspired this, I would think that maybe Aaron knew about it or something, you know?
Oh, no.
I mean, they're talking. They're talking every day. They're talking every day.
Yeah, cut Aaron some slack there. I think that he was trying his very best to help. I don't think that he realized that it could get as bad as it got. And if there's premeditation, I don't care how good a talker or how good a counselor you are, it's going to happen. And my own belief, and this is just my own belief is that there was premeditation here, and it was and it may have been several weeks of premeditation. That's my thought, okay?
I would
And I
agree.
don't care who else hears about it, so you can pass that on to anybody that you want to.
No, that's what I'm with you on that one. I mean, we're on the same level. I agree. I would imagine this was at least a week, like you said, of premeditation, right?
Yeah, if you go back on, if you go back further than that, believe you me, it makes more sense to me thinking about the whole thing and knowing Dale as little as I know him, but knowing things about Dale, that I believe that this could go back as far as a couple of months of premeditation. And something like that is just not preventable. We can't be laying the blame on anybody here. You guys are family, and you guys stick together. Dan loves you, and I know you love him. And there's a competition there that you need to put aside. And you guys all have to give each other the benefit of the doubt. And so I just think there was premeditation there. We'll see. We'll see what comes out. If he may get Dale, arrest Dale, and he pleads crime passion, I'm going to think it's a crock of shit. But it may be. It may be. I'm not Flumbo. I just have my own feelings about it. That's all.
Yeah. Well, there's definitely a lot of passion in the air. That definitely could make sense as far as what the thing Steph was doing. Steph doesn't make any sense, huh?
Yeah, I'll say maybe, but I do know one thing about crimes of passion is those can become murder-suicides. It might have been a thing like 5 people dead. And I also know that on crimes of passion that the person who commits the crime of passion will generally fess up right away and not come on with a whole bunch of phony grief. So my doubts that it's a crime of passion. It may be. I'm not Flumbo. I'm not a clairvoyant. But my own feelings are that it was premeditated, and we'll wait and see, But you guys all give each other some slack. Don't be blaming each other in this family.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm agreeing with you that it was premeditated for at least a week, but there was also a sort of an intensity at the time that sort of said, "Today's the day." Today's the day.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I just don't believe. If it's premeditated, you can throw all the drama out the window. That's just a cold, calculating thing. And as far as a lot of as in emotions triggering it, if it's premeditated, throw that out the window. And we're going to find out. I don't know. It certainly sounds like they're going to arrest Dale.
One thing. I'm sorry.
But anyway, yeah, and I certainly hope you do. So, but that's where I'm at. I feel that it's premeditated. You can pass that on to anybody that you wish, and
one thing. I heard something from we were talking about how could Dale not check on Steph. There's actually an explanation for that. That Dale thought. Okay. Steph had met with that boyfriend at 5:30 and thought was meeting him again at night and was just leaving him, giving Steph free time, free space. In other words, instead of looking for her, she may have been having an affair. And he said, I'm not, I'm assuming she's in control of her life. Do you get it? So in other words, he didn't.
That's the story. Yes.
he didn't check on her because he was giving her free space.
Exactly, yeah, that's the story.
Well, you didn't tell me that. You didn't tell me that.
But anyway, I mean, yeah, that's part of the story, but I mean, I don't buy it. You know, it was like, this part of the story was that she supposedly messed with that little laptop. And he thought she might be walking up to Village Inn or one of the hotels that has wireless internet and was going to communicate with the guy with her laptop. Yeah, that's part of the story.
Yeah.
And then, okay, well, you've been gone, you know, I mean, that would be okay, give her free space till about midnight, and it's pretty goddamn cold out there. She supposedly got her cell phone. Well, you call her and see if you about ready to come home, you know? And it's 3 o'clock in the morning and she's not home. You know, I mean, his theory is she walked up to the Village Inn, she ain't got no wheels, you know? Could burn hell out, you know? I mean, it's all a story. I mean, to me, not a believable story at all. You know, I just, you know, it's just all a story. And, yeah, then at 3 o'clock, you supposedly drive out and look for her, and ain't not very long, you hadn't called any of her friends, you know. You haven't made a single phone call to anybody. You know, it's just, I just find that I don't care what, I mean, see, now let me tell you the very beginning of that story. Before she leaves, they've reconciled. They're snuggling in bed, supposedly. Jesus, you've been snuggling in bed with this lady and you let her go out at 10:30 at night, and I mean, you think there'd be a little bit of some warm feelings and feelings of concern, you know, after somebody's been out for a certain period of time. Have you had enough space? You know, have you been out and gotten enough space, or are you about ready to come home? There was none of, you know, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
No, that's.
I'm just pointing out we talk pretty similar about Dale, but when I bring these up, boy, I'm telling you, the rest of my family, they are anxious to shove it down my throat that, hey, Dale was just giving Steph some free time. This is the example I'm talking about when I'm saying.
They're just doing this because they don't want to burn their bridges with him. Okay, in case he beats this thing. So that they can see the children. That's all any of that's about. They have their own deep suspicions and feelings about this, and they all want to see justice.
Okay. Okay.
And yeah, you're in a bad position there. Until you know, if there's a conviction comes out of this, then that all goes out the door. Then it's to hell with you, Dale. You know.
Oh, I see. They're going to turn.
If he's away, he's going to be away for a long enough time for those kids to grow up without him. And I'm in the luxury of not having to have to not want to burn my bridges with him. And if it weren't for your family, believe you me, I'd have said some things to Dale. All right? And, no, he's the bad guy in the whole thing, okay? They know it, but they can't burn the bridges with him.
Okay. You know, there's a bit of a stupidity involved in this because it was just, I think Steph had filed some kind of a court order back in October. And in that document, Kathy told me in that document, they said, you know, Dale has threatened to kill me if I ever left him, okay? And then what happens? What happens a month and a half later is Steph is dead. I mean, it doesn't make, it's almost too stupid to make sense.
So those always are.
Huh?
Those always are. I can tell you that when I was a kid, a teenager, a neighbor lady of mine called the police and said her husband, she's afraid her husband is going to kill her. The police said, nothing has happened, we can't come down. Well, lo and behold, about 15 minutes, her husband later did try to kill her, shot her, and didn't do a very good job of shooting her, and then he shot himself, which was a good thing. And she lived, and he died, and that was all right. But I mean, in the old days, especially when this domestic violence thing wasn't enforced as well, it was very commonplace. A lady would call the police and express her concerns, and we can't, crime hasn't happened, ma'am, and we can't do anything. And that kind of falls in the same order, Chris. You know, he threatened to kill me, and here 6 weeks later she's dead. It's sad, but that's it happens all the time. That's another thing you read about all the time in these kind of deals. And yeah, it's just it's just the way it happens, and it's just sad, you know. And that thing, Steffi, I think was afraid this could have happened, and the best thing she could have done was just maybe move back to Minnesota for a while with the kids and get some time away. And but it didn't happen. And she tried to do too much by herself, I think Steffi did. And I think that's kind of where it kind of went wrong.
Yeah, I wish she would have communicated a little more, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. God, she had us right down here.
I know.
You know, she could have come down here. I've got all kinds of room in this house. You know, I just need some time away from Dale, you know, when it gets down here. She's got Ann and Liz and, you know, and my daughter Susan as well. You know, all kinds of friends. She had all kinds of friends down here.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
houses. Yeah, it just, and I'll go back to if there's premeditation, sadly, I don't think this was avoidable, and that's kind of, you kind of just pretty much know my whole entire feelings on this thing, I may or may not be right on all of it, okay, but that's my feelings on it. I don't think anybody in your family needs to be putting any blame on each other. You don't need that. You don't need that in your family. And it just looks to me like somebody's not going to get away with this, and that's been my biggest fear. I'm not vengeful. It's just that our society can't let people get away with stuff like this. I'm to that point. I'm kind of beyond grieving, and I do grieve for Steffi yet. But I mean, as far as anger, the anger level I was at, I'm beyond that anger. I simply want, God, I did things with Dale. I liked him. I kept thinking of some ways to give him a benefit of the doubt, and I can't. And if he's done something wrong, society cannot allow that to happen without him being punished for it, which was my fear, is that there might not be enough evidence. So it sounds like since they're calling it a homicide, somebody's going to get arrested, and that's very, very good. And so that's where I'm at on it. And don't anybody in your family, if you see it going on, anybody putting the blame on anybody, please say something that let's all get along, okay? You guys all get along, all right?
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, I'm, just very sad to get you know, God, if I didn't know Steffi, if she wasn't my niece, it would have been sad for a delightful young woman like that to be taken away, you know? And no, it just is, you know, just, it has been a sad time for our family too. So anyway, you can call me anytime you want, okay?
Thank you, Hank. Yeah, you definitely you helped calm me. So yeah, I'll probably be calling occasionally.
Yeah. All right, Chris.
Thank you, sir.
We'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
Okay. Goodbye.
Bye.